Greetings to all of you and blessings as we move into this new year, 2022. I want to share today my sense of the energies of this year and how the stars and planets and the energy of the earth are guiding us in this profound time of transition and transformation as we're moving out of the age of Pisces into a new age, the age of Aquarius. As we enter this year, we're in a profound time when Venus has disappeared from view just a few days ago and will reappear as a morning star on January 17th. But she's in her part of her 584-day cycle when she's disappeared from view between the Earth and the Sun. The meaning of the Venus cycle is brought to light for us by going back to our oldest known written myth, the myth of Inanna, which is all about the Venus journey. And this myth comes to us from ancient Sumer and probably originated around 3000 BCE and really is talking with us about the transition from the age of Taurus into the age of Aries, from a time of honoring the sacred feminine into the patriarchal period that we've been in now for about 5,000 years. But part of our movement into the age of Aquarius is coming back into balance and harmony with the sacred masculine and the sacred feminine. But let me remind you of some of the themes of the journey of Inanna. Remember that Inanna was the primary deity in ancient Sumer. She was queen of heaven. And in this part of her journey, she had been the evening star in her glory, glowing in the sky, queen of heaven. And as she descends, she disappears from view into the underworld. And what is the meaning of that journey, of her disappearance and then reappearance as a morning star? In the myth, that process of the descent, the disappearance, begins with Inanna hears the call of the great below. Inanna, the queen of heaven, hears the call of the great below and sets forth on her journey. This is a journey about Inanna, who has been this queen in her glory, in her power, realizing there are lost parts of herself that she needs to reclaim. This is a journey that's challenging and difficult, to go from her position of prominence and power in the sky to journeying to the great below. She sets out on that journey to reclaim the lost parts of herself, to heal, to come into more wholeness, to face the full truth of who she is. But she's also on a journey to reconnect and to try to reconcile with her lost sister, Ereshkigal. And who is Ereshkigal? Ereshkigal was the great grain goddess who had been raped and abused and then banished to the underworld. So it speaks to us of this energy of that time of transition that that culture was in, where there's now this movement into patriarchy and this increasing devaluation of the earth and increasing exploitation of the resources of the earth and the devaluation and suppression of the sacred feminine. We're moving from the time that honored the sacred feminine into the time where the sacred masculine is idealized and worshipped. So Inanna is realizing she needs to not only reclaim those lost parts of herself that are in the underworld, but to reconcile with her sister, with that part of her that remembers how to be in right relationship with the earth, how to not lose that connection to the sacred feminine, that remembrance that the earth herself is sacred. So Inanna hears the call of the great below and sets out on this journey. And it is a journey that demands courage and strength. When we step into that determination to live out of love, we are choosing to reclaim our wholeness. We are choosing to enter into the challenges of relationship to try to heal and see each other clearly and come back into wholeness. So Inanna is on that journey of healing and transformation. She journeys down into the underworld and goes through a process of death rebirth. This is not an easy, gentle journey, and it does not lead to immediate reconciliation with Ereshkigal. Ereshkigal, who's been abused and abandoned and banished, does not embrace her lost sister with open arms. She's enraged, she's stormy, and she lashes out. But the story doesn't end there. Enki, the god of wisdom, the one who knows how to move between the worlds, sends these earth creatures, these energies of the living waters of life, the living energies of the earth, to bring healing and transformation to both Inanna and Ereshkigal. These energies of life, of earth, of love, come to Inanna and restore her and revive her and resurrect her. And they come to Ereshkigal, who's in her pain and agony from her trauma, and now in the underworld in the birth pains of labor. And they support her through her pain. They heal her and bring her empathic understanding and support and guide her into her birthing a new life. Ereshkigal is healed and allowed to come through her trauma into wholeness and give birth to new life. And Inanna is resurrected and emerges from the underworld wiser, deeper, more whole in herself, transformed. As she emerges as a morning star, as she emerges from the underworld, Inanna is now having to integrate this profound journey of seeing the aspects of herself that were buried beneath the surface, reclaiming them, coming into more wholeness. And she's also dealing with facing the full reality of her relationship with Ereshkigal and how to work through that healing and transformation in her own process. What a profound story in guiding us in this time, in this year, in how we too can be in our own healing and transformational process. And what is Venus telling us? In this story of Inanna, the journey of Venus, Venus is saying the path of healing is a path of love, is a path of facing truth, of coming back into right relationship. It means coming back into right relationship with ourselves. It means daring to hear the call of the great below and set out on a journey to face yourself, to find those lost parts of yourself. What are the parts of you that have been buried or pushed beneath the surface because of past pain or trauma? What is it that you're not facing in yourself? Hear the call of the great below and dare to set out on that journey to reclaim the lost parts of yourself, to heal and come into wholeness. Venus is also saying, deal with pain in relationship, not by separating, not by polarizing, not by demonizing the other, but be willing to face the other, to see and hear the other in their pain. And it may be challenging, and it may be stormy, and it doesn't lead to this magical reconciliation necessarily, but it does lead to healing and transformation. As we dare to love, as we dare to hear and see each other, that is helping us heal and transform, and it is planting the seeds of healing in all of the relationships around us. That encounter led to Inanna's transformation and opened a path for Ereshkigal to heal her trauma and come into wholeness in herself. We are called this year into a path of love. I love the Rumi quote, "Whoever you are, whatever you do, be in love." Walking the path of love is a path of strength and of courage. It's not a path of weakness or passivity. It is daring to clear away the barriers that block us from truly loving ourselves and seeing ourselves in our wholeness. And it means daring to clear and let go of the barriers that block us from truly seeing and hearing each other from the heart. It's a call to live in truth and to come back into right relationship. So we begin this year, 2022, with Venus in her underworld journey calling us to hear the call of the great below. And then she emerges as a morning star around January 17th at the time of the full moon. And during this powerful time, not only is Venus in the underworld, but she's conjunct Pluto. It is about transformation in relationship, coming back into right relationship with ourselves, with each other, with the earth. She emerges January 17th, the time of the full moon, and on January 18th, the North Node, guiding us into what are the themes we're meant to work in this time, moves into the sign of Taurus, one of the signs that Venus rules. And the North Node will be in that sign all of 2022 into 2023. North Node in Taurus, again, guiding us to reclaim the energies of the sacred feminine and to reconnect with the earth, Taurus, and to reconnect with our bodies. Part of bringing back the energy of the sacred feminine and remembering our connection with the sacred feminine is honoring the sacredness of our bodies, of the earth, of all of the life around us, remembering that everything is an expression of the sacredness of cosmic consciousness. As that North lunar node moves into Taurus, it will be conjunct Sedna and the asteroid Ceres, also there in Taurus. Ceres represents our relationship with the earth and healing our rupture with the relationship with the earth. And Sedna is that powerful planet that is calling us in to a time of transformation and higher consciousness. So the energies of this month are saying, come back into right relationship with yourself, with each other, and with the earth. We are experiencing right now, just as Inanna experienced Ereshkigal in her storminess, in her experience of having been abused and exploited, we are seeing the storminess of the earth as she herself is in a transition and transformation, as she is healing in order to move into new life, a new way of being. We are seeing the consequences of our own exploitation of the earth, our rape and abuse of the earth and her resources. And we're called to hear the call of the great below, reconnect in a deep way with the wisdom and the energies of the earth, and know that we can go through a transformational process as she herself is healing and transforming and being restored by the energies of the cosmos. The energies of the galactic center are coming through our sun and are reverberating in the core of the earth and resonating out to the surface of the earth, transforming and healing the earth and calling us back into right harmony, right connection with that song of the earth, those sound frequencies coming from the earth's core to come back into right relationship and right balance. What does that mean? That means wherever you are, honor your connection with the sentient life around you. Honor the plants and animals and the natural environment where you are. Honor the sacredness of your body. When we feel the storminess of this time of transition, when we experience it in the storms, the fires, the incredible hurricanes and energies that are flowing around the earth with this transition, our human tendency is to reassert our control in a more fierce way, to try to regain some sense of stability and security. But that is playing out the old trauma pattern of disconnection, devaluation, and destruction. We do that in our relationship with the earth. We do that in our relationship with our bodies, where we try to go to war against whatever is out of balance in our bodies, or we go to war against each other when we feel threatened or insecure. And Venus is saying, no, dare to walk in love. Dare to face yourself, to come into deeper relationship with your body, to come back into harmony, to come back into balance. Dare to face and see each other. Truth in reconciliation. Truth to see each other in our wholeness. To dare to take that act of love wherever it may lead, not fully knowing the outcome, because we cannot control how the other will respond, but we can choose to live in love and truth. And we can come back into connection with the earth and honor her, respect her. Remember how our life is dependent on her, that she nurtures us, supports us births us, allows us to thrive on this beautiful planet. This is a profound year for healing and transformation and daring to hear the call of the great below and live from the heart and act with love. This is a time where we're also experiencing Jupiter has moved into the sign of Pisces. Jupiter, that planet that guides us and supports us, is saying, know that you're held in cosmic consciousness and compassion and love, Pisces. Know that there are energies that are supporting us that are beyond our awareness. That we are loved. We are loved by the energies of the sky, of the galactic center, of the cosmos, and held and supported in this time of transition. So Jupiter in Pisces is saying, trust that, and feel held by that compassion, and have faith in this journey that we're in together. And throughout this year, 2022, Uranus is in the sign of Taurus and is in the part of the sky between Cetus the whale and Perseus the warrior. And as I've talked about in previous videos, I think that part of the sky is profound in helping us to see that polarization that we've been in for the last 5,000 years, of that war between the sacred masculine and the sacred feminine, that split and polarization that has led to our being thrown out of balance and our disconnection from the energies of the earth. And Uranus is in between Perseus the warrior and Cetus the whale, representing the wisdom of the deep waters of the earth, the wisdom of the sacred feminine, and saying, face each other. Uranus, the truth teller, see the truth in what you each are offering to come back into balance, come back into wholeness, come back into harmony. The synchronicities of the planets, of the stars, of the earth, they're all guiding us with this message to live from the heart with love in truth. And if you take the number in numerology of this year, 2022, the numbers add up to 6. 6 in the tarot deck is the number of love. 6 is the hexagon, the integration of the two triangles representing the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine. The hexagon is a symbol of love and of life and of harmony. We are being called back into balance, back into wholeness, back into harmony and right relationship with ourselves, with our bodies, with the earth, with each other. May we dare to hear the call of the great below, to set out on this journey to reclaim the lost parts of ourselves. May we dare to see each other in our wholeness. May we have the courage to come back into right relationship with the earth. And remember that we are held by these energies so much larger than we can comprehend, who are loving us and guiding us and supporting us through this time of transition and transformation into new ways of being. May we support each other and hold that energy of love and higher consciousness together. Love is the bridge that will take us into that fifth dimensional consciousness. Not getting caught in fear, not getting caught in polarization, not trying to have even more control in our lives or over each other or over the earth, but daring to live from the heart with love, daring to live in truth. That opens us to that heart expansion and expansion of our consciousness into a radically new way of being and the capacity to co-create a new world together. Blessed be.